Hello, and welcome to the Aquarium Podcast, Episode 3. Today we're here with just me and Sam.
No guests.
Yeah, no, we're all alone now. We're lonely.
I did like Dana Reed on the podcast, though. That was nice.
Yeah, it was nice to have someone else. Maybe we'll bring another
And if
guest
anyone
on.
wants the last podcast, you know that we talked a lot about school, and this ain't going to be much different.
Yeah,
It's going to be a lot of school
a
topics.
lot of non-YouTube related stuff. I feel like we focused a lot on YouTube in the last episode.
Yeah, a lot. But this is
so-
just school in general,
yeah.
like life in school. Life before YouTube, really. So yeah, we might as well just begin. We have a few other topics that aren't kind of related to school, such as Fortnite. I don't know when we'll mention that, but
Okay, but what if we played Fortnite at school at 3 a.m.? Not clickbait.
Fortnite
Gone
as
wrong.
fun fact. Okay, you know we might as well get this Fortnite thing out of the way. So, I've been thinking a lot about this in hindsight, like not in the moment, like in 2018, 2019. So this goes back a few years when Fortnite was getting popular, right? And I never played it. I was the Reddit gold kid that was like Minecraft's good, Fortnite bad, and whatnot. So I played Fortnite a few times on mobile before it got kicked off of the App Store, RIP. And nowadays in 2023, I'm thinking in hindsight, like, dang, I should have embraced Fortnite a little bit more, because I think it's a pretty good game. I think it was like a decent game. I think it was just the problem was their reputation. Ian, what's your experience with Fortnite?
Okay, so I was sort of the opposite there. I wasn't there from the very beginning, but I started playing at the tail end of season 3. So there was like 9 days left in the entire battle pass, and me being a very intelligent little child, I bought the battle pass with 8 days left, and I just
Oh my
grinded
God.
the shit out of it. I just played the game nonstop for 8 days basically. 'Cause
And
it
how'd
was
it go?
I think it might have been the summertime, so I was able to just be on the grind nonstop. But my first
grind
experience
of
with the
Fortnite.
game was a little earlier, where my cousin visited me, and he brought his Xbox. And at the time, the newest console I had was the Xbox 360 and like the Wii U, so I had no access to Fortnite. My computer did not exist. I didn't have one. So I played it on my cousin's Xbox. I landed Loot Lake. I died because I'm bad at video games. And then, so, after that, I realized Fortnite is on mobile. So I downloaded it, and I spent $10 on Battle Pass. And I grinded it out so far, I made it to, like, tier 80, and I got the Dark Voyager skin, which is pretty crazy.
The Dark
but yeah,
Voyager skin?
Yeah, it was season 3
I don't think I
Battle
got a
Pass.
single skin in Fortnite. Oh, I was
Damn, bro.
default.
But yeah, I played the game pretty much, nonstop. I was really into it in, like, the entirety of 2018. Sort of fell out of things in season 5, but came back for 6, 7, 8, 9. Then at
my.
the end of, like, after I finished the tier 100 on season 9, it sort of lagged on for a little bit. There was like an extra couple months where there was there was new content, but there was no new battle pass. It just wouldn't end for another month. And during that time, I got bored of the game and sort of left. Then season 10 came out, and that's when everyone hated it. No one liked the mechs. It was like kind of broken, not very balanced. So everyone sort of left at that time. Then, with chapter 2, I played a little bit at the season 7, season 6, a little bit here and there, but I wasn't really into it. I only really played the game with the homies. But yeah, I got to experience it while it was still very popular. It's a solid game.
Yeah, I just wish I embraced that as a kid a little bit, because I was 10 when like Fortnite was getting popular, and everyone in 5th grade and intermediate school was talking about Fortnite, right? There was this one time where, like, we got to, like, so in science class, like, there was this website where, like, we had to answer online questions and whatnot, and we could make our own tests, right? So when we had some free time, like on Friday, all of the kids, including me, we got on making our own tests, and I got into my friend group where they were all answering Fortnite questions, and they made like this Fortnite test, like which weapons were called which characters are called which, and I wish I just wasn't so, like, I think angry is a strong word, but I wish I just like actually like tried to play it.
Yeah, you're
Because
a bit, like, pessimistic.
after it got kicked off of mobile, RIP again. I never had an incentive to play it again. I do have a computer. It can't run Fortnite. It's just that I never did.
Yeah, have you at least watched some of the popular like Fortnite YouTubers? Have you ever watched like
Absolutely,
Fearless or,
yes.
like, Cito?
Mackie, my brother Mackie tried to get me into Fortnite by he showed me Ninja. He was like, dude, look at this cool YouTuber. His name is
not
Ninja, and he's
Ninja.
like he's a really cool streamer. He's like a really cool streamer.
No,
I was like, cool. I know that guy from the memes on Reddit.
he chose the wrong person. He should have showed like.
Don't
a
worry, I wasn't
video.
influenced. I was not a Ninja stan. Do not worry. I did not watch Ninja at all.
I know. No. He totally.
I did not watch
Okay,
it.
I can guarantee if he showed you like a Fearless video, you would have been so into it because he's one of those people that like when he makes a video about the game, it makes the game seem a lot more fun than it really is.
I did. My brother did force me to watch the Drake collab when Ninja and Drake were playing Fortnite.
Oh, no.
Okay, to be fair, that was pretty goofy. I liked that video.
Imagine being
Drake
a
and
Ninja
Ninja
fan.
just playing
God.
Fortnite. That's pretty gangster. So I can't really remember seasons really, so I'm just gonna describe what event was happening because I'm bad with like chapters. So I was playing Fortnite when two things were here. When Team Deathmatch was a game mode. I don't know if
like
it's still here or not.
50 or
Yeah,
normal?
50v50. I really enjoyed that. I wasn't a battle royale guy. I did not like one on
Yeah, it's
100
unfortunate
people.
that they never brought back 50v50. Well, they probably brought
It's
it back.
so
a few
fun.
times, but
That's the
they
reason
never,
I played it.
they
I liked that
brought
game
it back
mode.
a number of times. It's just they should have kept it.
No,
as a
they
consistent
did.
game
I
mode.
remember. They did bring it back a number of times, but they also removed it a number of times. So
Yeah, exactly.
And
They
so
never made it.
I
it was
played
always a limited
when
time
Team
game mode.
Deathmatch was a thing.
Yeah, it's
I played that one
unfortunate
as a thing,
Team
and-
Rumble ended up being the game mode that stuck around, but Team Deathmatch was just like,
Oh, God.
50.
It was so fun. It was so
Then there was
fun.
also
I loved
there was
it.
also one where there were 4 teams of 25 as well, or like 5 teams of 20. That one was
Right.
neat. Yeah, and then there's also the other ones like solid gold, all the gold weapons, woo. And there's like the
I
explosives.
didn't care if I was bad at the game. Remember, I was a mobile gamer, so like I wasn't hitting
Yeah,
my shots.
I also majorly played the game on mobile until
Well, I
like,
didn't care.
Late 2018 was when I got my computer. When
Yeah. Actually, tell you what, the closest I ever got to a victory royale was second place, but I lost. So
Bro,
that was, like,
I
pretty
got
unfortunate.
I remember the first time I got my Fortnite dub. I was, it was before school.
Tell
I was
me-
on my iPad. I got the last guy, and I was in disbelief, bro. I was astounded,
Oh my god!
shocked.
So it was like your heart was racing and everything.
It was
my
like,
heart
it
was
sort of
racing.
like the first time I found diamonds in Minecraft. Actually, I think I might have been sitting in the exact same chair when I first found diamonds in Minecraft. I was like,
What a
shredder
historical chair.
Yeah,
that
it's-
chair
it's
means
the
something.
good
That is the
luck
chair
chair.
of luck.
the good luck chair. Yeah. I was strip mining. I found diamonds. I was like, oh my god, diamonds! I've
Oh my
never seen
God!
these before.
I
There was,
don't
like-
remember
I
my
think there was
first
like
time, my
4
goodness.
of them. I crafted like no, there might have been like 2 or 3. I crafted a sword and I never used it because I
Aw.
wanted to preserve durability.
Durability, right.
It's so important.
But the other thing, there's Team Deathmatch, and I think this was Season 6, because this was the event where there was just a pit in the middle of the map, a huge pit.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the map that I played
Well,
on. I
season
enjoyed
6
it.
was
I
the
actually
one
really
with
liked it.
the island.
Yes, it had like
the
purple
floating
islands.
island. The-
Wasn't there a purple cube? There was like a giant
yeah,
purple
there was
cube too.
I think it's called Kevin the Cube.
That was actually a really good season, but that might be biased because that was the
I
only
agree.
season I
6
played.
Was fire. The battle pass was good. All the
Another thing I remember is that when Season 4 came out, is that YouTube kept promoting it everywhere. I guess not YouTube itself, just Epic Games, but the ads were everywhere. I could
there
not
was a lot of them.
escape the Season 4 Battle Pass ads. So to this day, I
like-
know the music, I know like each shot of the ad.
I
It was a
still
memorable
remember
ad.
I remember the shot where like the dinosaur skin was trying to drink the slurp juice when the meteor hit.
Yes, yeah. So that couldn't escape. And then I had the Battle Pass trailer. It was an entirely different trailer where it had catchy music, and I did enjoy it. But I don't know. My morals just said no, Minecraft good, no.
Okay, to be fair though, if you ended up in the Fortnite addiction route, you might have spent like thousands of dollars on skins.
Don't worry. I already got traumatized from spending $100 on TF2 cosmetics. Have I told that story yet? I think I already
No, I don't
have.
think so.
Oh my god, wait, on this podcast? I think I mentioned it. Alright, I'm gonna keep this
never
short.
heard it.
I'll put it in detail because we're talking about Fortnite later, so I'll put it in detail later. But the short story is that back in 2018, I couldn't really figure out, my 11-year-old brain could not distinguish real money from online money, like Steam money. So I went on the currency shop, and usually when you purchase a cosmetic, you have to like authorize. So I had to get my mommy and daddy to authorize to get the cosmetic. This time around, for some reason, I do not know why, when I purchased the skin and like authorized it, there was no details needed. You didn't need to type in the details. So I could buy it, click a button, and then it was mine. And I ended up spending about 90 to 100 cosmetics worth of stuff. And it's a little bit sad too, because I think the cosmetics that I got were like $10 on the Steam market, but thankfully Valve is just very generous with its overpriced cosmetics. So I ended up spending that because I had no idea I was spending real money on these TF2 cosmetics. And later on the night, it was discovered, and that traumatized me. So even if I got addicted to Fortnite, I wouldn't, trust me when I say that I wouldn't spend a single dime on Fortnite. I haven't spent a single dime on Roblox, so I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah,
I would have grinded.
I'm also pretty happy to say I think I've only spent money on Roblox once, and that's because I was peer pressured into doing it.
Oh no!
I had to buy the Roblox shiny roll on YBA because I was
Oh
pressured
no!
into it.
Was it a temporary thing, or was it like a solid thing that you keep forever?
It's gambling, and I didn't get anything.
Oh. How much money was that?
I think it was like $7, but yeah,
Okay, that's not too. Wait, 7 per once gamble?
I don't really remember how it worked specifically. It was just obviously a very traumatic experience.
So it's trying to
yeah,
repress in your brain.
Yeah,
Right.
I can't remember.
But yeah,
I don't know. I don't play YBA.
Back to Fortnite though. I remember this one story where I managed to make a friend because there was voice chat in Fortnite on mobile too. So I managed to make a friend.
Yeah.
He was like 12, I was 10, and he tried to teach me. He knew I was a default skin, right? Because I had a default skin, so he knew I was bad. And on mobile, I don't remember if he had a skin. I think he had a skin, but basically, this 12-year-old was trying to teach me how to play the game. We got on our own server, and he was like, "So there's this. You know what the scar is, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I know what the scar is." So he's trying to give it to me because we're gonna like 1v1, and I'm like, no, thanks. I like this gun, and it's like a gray gun, right? Because I don't really care about my weapons. It's like, dude, it's the scar from Fortnite. And I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want it. It's fine. I should have. I mean, I don't know why. I just felt like very Mr. Beastie today. I didn't want to be greedy.
Yeah, this is like
so. I didn't want the
change.
Fortnite scar. And basically we 1v1'd. I sucked a little bit, but he was easy on me. So, but yeah, I never know. I never knew who that guy was ever again. Fortnite got kicked off. Funny thing too. I understand my mom on this situation, but my mom heard the 12-year-old as my 10-year-old self, and she got really scared because I guess she thought that was a voice changer, and that might have been a 40-year-old man on Fortnite. Mm-hmm. So it's understandable, of course, because like, you know, online danger, but
right.
That was a 12-year-old. I kid you not. So, but yeah, that was a funny story. So I never talked to him ever again, and then Fortnite got kicked off the App Store, and I never played it again.
Yeah, I mean,
I missed Team Deathmatch. What happened to 50v50?
I mean, it's unfortunate you missed Fortnite, but at least you were here for Among Us. That was similar.
Yeah, I was here, yes, and Among Us died quicker than like anything I've ever seen before.
Yeah,
I hate using the word dying because like it's so stupid, but Among Us did. It really did, factually speaking. 90 decrease, 90% decrease in numbers.
I tried to hop on Among Us once less than a year ago. So it's like, you know, the game's pretty gone by then. But I hop on the servers. One of the top was like a Skeld server that just said like Lonely Gamer Boy as the creator. I joined the lobby. The man's like, "Hey, are you a girl?" I said no, and then I got banned.
All right.
I don't know.
Oh my god! You know what? No, we can sidetrack. We've already talked about enough Fortnite. Let's talk about Among Us.
Bro,
Among Us.
I don't know. Like, what
we're
was
in
this guy doing?
We're
He's
in
trying
the
to
era.
Get a kid.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
We're in the era where it's no longer funny to even like make fun of Among Us, right? So like anytime we mention it, it's just so our brain receptors are fried. Everything about our brain is fried when we hear Among Us. We can't deal with it anymore.
Well, here's the thing: when you hear the words Among Us, you just think like, when the imposter is sus. Oh my god,
That was so
guys.
contagious. Oh my god.
They weren't
Why?
even funny memes. Like Among Us was.
They weren't.
fine
No,
game.
I remember.
It
We
wasn't
didn't
that
find
good.
them funny.
Yeah.
I think it was supposed to be like ironic, but then like 2021 rolled around and like we entered the post-ironic era where now we're just making fun of Among Us.
Post-meta
But
irony.
that's
Woo.
even more annoying. So, yeah, but I enjoyed Among Us. It was fine. Yeah. When we first found it out in early September, which is I think was anyone found it out, it was pretty fun. I did get back on with one of my friends. I don't think you were there though, but there's like a friend system now. There's a lot of changes that doesn't really make sense to me. Like the outlines of the characters are no longer like pure black. They're like
a battle
like
pass
a light
too,
gray.
right?
That's like a battle pass.
so
Yeah,
similar,
my friend bought the Among Us battle pass and never did anything with it. It was just for a
Wow.
joke. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I just can't get back into Among Us. I don't think anyone can.
Yeah, I
Like,
think the
I
biggest
don't-
factor leading to Among Us's decline is the fact that one, it's a very simple game already. Simple, murder mystery deduction kind of thing. But more importantly, I think the biggest downfall was the fact that a Henry Stickmin map. First of all, it's a bad map in general. It's too big. It's because they changed the meta to like the main game mode to 15 people, 3 imposters instead
So
of
it was
10
meant to be big.
instead of 10 people and 2 imposters. So it was designed for 15-player games. But when you play Among Us on the airship map with like 10 people, it's too big. Nothing interesting. Like it's not a well-designed map at that point.
I
Because it
want to
wasn't
tell
designed
you
for that game
something.
mode. And not to
I wanna
mention,
t-
it took like over a year from reveal to release.
Oh yes. Oh my goodness. When did it actually come out? Was it March or was it the trailer?
I don't
was the
remember.
trailer.
I remember
The trailer
Game
came out in
Awards-
March.
Yeah, there was a trailer when the Game Awards happened in March, and then like it came out like a year later, or like somewhere around that range.
Yeah.
I remember, the trailer came. It was hype. I actually remember when I made Among Us Ripoffs 2. That was like right. Excuse the background audio. Anyways, so basically, I remember I made Among Us Ripoffs 2 right after the airship trailer dropped. So you could literally like I used the trailer music as background music for a section of that video.
Right.
It was like right after the trailer came out. It's the same sort of thing with I think it was fake FNF ports where it's like, or no, maybe not fake FNF ports. It's like, is FNF overrated?
Oh god.
I
Let's talk about that afterwards.
used the UG when it was first revealed as like the leaked song. But yeah.
I want to tell you something super interesting that like our 2,000 viewers probably like won't even watch to this point.
I
But
don't know,
if you've
man.
been watching up to this
2,000
point,
is a little
I am
high.
going to tell you something that isn't even a bragging right anymore because it's related to Among Us. But I played Among Us way back in 2018 when it had like 100 players. I'm a gangster. I played it before it was popular. I played it once. I played one match, and I don't even remember it much anymore. But what happened is that one of my friends in 2018, my friend told me like to get on this game, right? So I'm like, what? What's it called? And it's like Among Us in all caps, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we get on, we play one match. I get bored of it, and then yeah, that's it. After that, we didn't play again. But then 2 years later, it comes back, and then 3 months later, it's no longer here. Let's talk about FNF though.
Yeah,
dude.
So something I want to start. I want to start this by saying a lot of people lately have been saying that the Kickstarter was like a scam, that the game's not
For real.
coming, that Ninja Muffin and Phantom Arcade walked away with the money. First of all, I think that's all a lie. Because here's the thing: when it comes to
there's like 4 people.
Yeah.
There's
When it
like
comes
a
to
lack of...
Kickstarter campaigns, you're paying for a product that does not yet exist. And I feel like people don't realize that. They expect to pay the money, then, a year later it's done. But obviously, there's a lot of work that needs to be done, especially if they're designing a full game.
Dude, there's like 4 people
Like-
working on the game.
Yeah, well, they got
There's
more
a massive
since,
underdevelopment.
surely.
Oh, is there more?
And here's the
team
thing: not
people?
only did the Friday Night Funkin' Kickstarter succeed, it passed its stretch goal by so much that they have to add a whole slew of other shit. They have to add like 35 new weeks.
And I think what's happening is that they're not adding it one at a time. They're adding it all at once.
Every single song with the difficulty thing. So they have to, and then there's like fully animated cutscenes that they have to do. There's like a ton of other stuff. It's pretty pretty big.
Yeah, but, and there's like what, 4 people working on it?
Yeah, there's 4 main people, and then there's also a ton of other ones probably, now that it's, you know, a full game. They probably got some other people working on it.
Right.
But here's the thing, a lot of people don't realize how long it would take for that much content. They see the mods with like, you know, they see the okay mods using a ton of like fan created things, and they think like, you know, the game doesn't seem that hard. It shouldn't take over a year to work on. But clearly they're not realizing they're making everything from the ground up. This isn't a mod anymore. They're making a full video game. Not to mention, they're making a mod browser. They're adding like versus mode online, I think.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of stretch goal stuff they have to add too. They have to have servers for it. But yeah, it's like there's a lot of stuff to sort of get into there. Not to mention that a lot of people are saying it's a scam. It was a very similar thing that happened with Omori a few years ago. It was like in development for 5 years. It was an RPG Maker game, you know. You wouldn't expect it to take that long to make a game like that. Yet it took 5 years. A lot of people were saying it was a scam. Then the game came out and people were like, "Oh, I'm wrong. Oops." Mm-hmm. And I feel like
let's just talk about it like with the base of the game though. After we talk about the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Because I have a very I have a lot to say about it.
Yeah, but yeah,
is that all we have to say?
In conclusion, people should stop calling games a scam because it's a Kickstarter campaign. That's dumb.
Well, I mean, it was a year ago, so I actually haven't thought of that. I forgot about the Kickstarter.
Yeah, it was really successful. It made like $2 million, if I remember.
My goodness, wow. But yeah, dude, I miss it. I miss when it was popular. I miss when everyone liked it. Oh my god.
I miss when the game was getting updated consistently.
Yeah. Wait, wasn't there like a compromise where like if they made week 7 or what was it, the UG guy? What week was that? Was that week 7?
That was week 7, yeah.
Wasn't there like a compromise where like the engine to make mods was harder if we published it?
I think so. I think the only reason why it's not on itch.io, and it still isn't to this day, it's exclusive to Newgrounds. I think the whole reason that happened is because there was an issue with the cutscenes where it was only possible to run them through a web browser. So the only way you'd be able. But here's the thing: it has to be solved by now. I bet even a fan was able to figure that out.
Oh, but dude, yeah,
so I don't know why it's still not available to download on itch.io. It's still like the newest version is the old shitty note tracking system, which means you miss notes when you hit them sometimes.
I miss the days when there was no not FNAF, FNF mukbang videos and whatnot.
God,
oh my god, it became a clown house. That's what happened to Among Us.
It's so weird. Every time
Fortnite?
A game's popular, especially with the mascot horror stuff. But
here's why, guys. No. Here's my take on this. Like, I don't think it's healthy in the long term for a game to get popular that fast.
Yeah,
it has to gradually. That's what I think.
Yeah, that's what happens
how
with
I
viral
think of
games.
Success.
Like, what happens is something that's popular, you know, Fall Guys, then something, you know, it's all over the internet. People get super fucking into it. Then they get super burnt out because it's everywhere. Get it off my screen. Then they find another game,
off my screen,
Among Us,
but it's not
and
off
they do the
screen.
same thing.
Yeah, I know. And the poor game. That's what happened to the poor game. That I love it. It's so nice. I love the music. I love the characters. It's like, oh my god. I remember in 8th grade, like my friends, for some reason, I don't know why, they were just listening to it in the corner of like the gym, because we had free time and we didn't have to do any like physical exercise for that day. So all my friends were just like in the corner of the bleachers. We were just like talking about FNF, and oh god, I miss it. And obviously nowadays I think it's too hard to recover, considering you know, the mukbangs and the okay mods, I guess. I don't know. I actually do. Fun fact. I actually I was getting excited for week 7. This was in April of 2021, before week 7 came out. So I looked it up, And for some reason, every time I looked it up, the new Witty mod, which was just released back then, that was considered week 7 for some reason. Like whenever you looked up week 7, that was it, the Witty mod.
I'm pretty sure it's because
it took me 3 days to realize that it was a mod. I thought that was just week 7. I never played the game, by the way, mind you. I played it once. I played it once.
Yeah, I will say, I think the main reason people said Witty mod was week 7 was because it was the first mod that added a new week. Before, the new mods would replace an old week in order to get a new one. So Witty was the first mod that really added a week to the game.
I think it also just has like a freak ton of polish.
Yeah. Not to mention it was also made in a new engine, which is another pretty big deal, very important development for FNF mods. But yeah, I see. And then so not to mention though, Witty as a mod was also on par with the rest of the weeks, except for Ballistic. That song kind of sucks. But like the first two, I said it in my Friday Night Funkin' review like 2 years ago now. But
oh my god!
But the first 2 songs in the Witty mod, they sound like they could pass off as legit. They could totally pass off as real songs.
But the Ballistic?
Then Ballistic doesn't. That's the one that doesn't.
You know, there were so many memes like about the song, like in general, just how hard it was, and I call it like the best game I never played, because again, I've never played it, and even then, the only time I did, it was on a mod. I didn't play the vanilla game. Should I tell what mod it was, because it relates a little bit to you?
Yeah, sure. What mod was it?
My boy Ian here, back in like early 2021, late 2020, he made an FNF mod. It was very silly, and that was the one time I played it.
There were 2 actually. One of them was made just I forgot when I made the first one. I think it was late 2020. And then I made another one I think in late 2021, when I was on break just for fun. But yeah, I got into it a little bit. I was never overly
dude,
skilled.
come on. You were like playing it every day and you were god at it.
I was alright. That's what got me into. I got into Osu a little bit because of FNF. Turns out I'm just really bad at Osu, but that's besides the point. But yeah, I'm pretty good. It's not that difficult of a game. It's just all it requires is to build a link to the arrows and to the like buttons you're using to hit the arrows. After you have that figured out, it's pretty easy to sort of spam notes, and then it works because all the songs are fast enough where you could just spam notes and it works.
Yeah, the one song that I played was like the super hard one where you kept making it. I don't even know what song it was. You just kept spamming like key notes and whatnot. It was a hard song.
It was a very.
I am so happy to know that was my first FNF experience. Wow. But yeah, I miss honestly, it. Oh my god. I wish it wasn't poopy anymore.
But yeah,
I mean, the game itself is not poopy. The game itself is not.
Here's the funny thing, though. When it comes to is FNF overrated, that video from 2 years ago, I still stand by a lot of the points I made in the initial video. The conclusions obviously changed. Actually, it may have even changed back. It's not overrated anymore because it's irrelevant. But yeah, I still agree with a lot of things. Like the style is original. It's sort of a lot of what. A lot of the good things people say about Pizza Tower sort of applies, where it has a very original style. Pizza Tower reminds me of Pilot Red Sun's animations, and it was very sort of.
But was there ever?
It was very like indie inspired, very unique sort of style, and that's something a lot of people really praise it for.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then with FNF, obviously the art style is one thing. Then the songs, people did listen to it on the bus. Okay, that's the ultimate test.
Dang it! I miss those days. If I do that nowadays, you get punched.
You get weird looks, and then you get called a pedophile.
Dang it! But it's such good music. I haven't listened to the soundtrack like in a year, but I just know it's good.
Yeah, because I remember all. I actually have the soundtrack for the first 7 weeks on CD. I got it from the Kickstarter.
God.
That means Sam, when the game eventually releases, I will be one of the I think like 40,000, 50,000 names in the credits.
Woo! That's so cool.
I'm gonna.
Wow, you are so. Wait, how long is the credits gonna be if it's 40,000 people?
I feel like they're not gonna make it like an actual credit sequence. They're probably not gonna add it there. I wonder if they're gonna have like a special section in the settings where you could look up a name and you could say that way you could point to it and say, "Hey, look, I'm there."
Hey, look, I donated.
Hey, look, I gave $1. I think I spent like
How much money did you
$60.
$60. Wow,
Yeah, it's
not bad.
it was I got like my name in the credits, and I got like a CD.
Oh, how much did you have to pay for the credits?
Oh, I think it was like $5 to
Oh,
get
shit.
a credit.
I
It
should've
might have
done
been.
that.
It might have
Oh,
been more
no.
or less. I don't know. I don't remember it.
Actually, wait, no. I probably shouldn't have done it because then my name would have been Funny Fart back then. Because remember, OG Sournail fans will know my name used to be Funny Fart because I'm a gangster. I have nothing really else to say about FNF though, other than that like I miss it and I wish I could listen to the music without having weird looks. It's such a good game. It's so sad that it had the same fate as Among Us and Fall Guys. It was a little bit different, of course, but still kind of the same fate.
I think here's the thing. I'm hoping that when the full ass game does release, I'm hoping that it'll
good.
at least somewhat get the popularity back up. Although I will say though, at least unlike Among Us,
Wasn't Fall Guys? Wait, wasn't Fall Guys like a little bit popular for a while?
Fall Guys got
a few months back?
Yeah, a couple months ago. I think it's because
I think we're back
Season
on
2
track
came
now.
out.
I think Fall Guys is seriously good now. This is serious business.
Season
I
2
think
came
everyone likes
out,
it.
and a lot of people got into it. But
Alright.
yeah, as for FNF, I feel like once the full last game releases, people are probably going to come back to it and be like, wow, this game's pretty good. And then the mod community is going to get to work making a bunch of content. And I feel
Right.
like, as with like Minecraft, the only thing FNF really has that's popular now is like the mod community
Mods.
is still going pretty strong. And that's what made the game
I mean,
so good
yes,
in the first place.
but I think that was also the downfall, in my personal opinion, because I think
the mods,
I think people stopped caring when like the Poppy Playtime mod came out. Or
the
My
mods
Little
definitely,
Pony mod came out.
they definitely oversaturated it a bit. Although I will say, as a game, the big draw to Friday Night Funkin' is that you could download a mod on any fictional character at this point.
This is good.
Like if you like Among Us, Friday Night Funkin' versus Imposter exists. If you like FNAF, there's a whole slew of them. If you like Poppy Playtime, you could get that. I bet there's a Garden of Ban mod now, and I wouldn't be surprised because
Going back to
you
the
could-
to the overrated video though, was there ever a moment after the video was published where you did think it was overrated before
Yeah, of
before
course, of
falling into
course.
relevancy?
About 2 months after the video came out,
Oh yeah.
I that was when the game hit its like peak, because I think it was
May.
March 2021 when I made the video, and a couple
And then it
months
was
later
May.
is when FNF would peak. It was like later that year.
Dude, I think it was like so broken. Like the website got broken because too many people were
yeah,
getting
literally,
into the
Newgrounds
weeks.
was shut down for like 6 days.
Oh my god, yeah, everyone just wanted to play the mod. Oh my god.
There were so many people.
Yeah,
so hyped
yeah,
to play it.
and the mod was good, and then nothing happened. The Kickstarter, of course, but that's where we are today.
Yeah, since then. Okay, imagine how funny it would be if the game was done for like 6 months now. The only thing preventing them from releasing it is that they have to write like 50,000 names manually.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. There's a lot of names they have to write.
It's probably like I would hope it's close to finish. I mean, I'd probably give it a go.
I don't think they're
because I remember I
anywhere
never
near.
played
I
it
think-
seriously.
I've
called it the best game that I never played.
Yeah, I feel like well, here's the thing. Again, there's a lot of work that still needs to be done. Because of the stretch goals, there needs to be a mobile port, there needs to be online multiplayer, there needs to be 35 weeks, I think. And then all of those
God.
songs, they need to make another 35 songs, which is the hard version of the existing ones. So they have to make every single song twice, and they have to chart every single song 4 times, one for each of
Oh
the 3
god,
difficulties. plus the
I
bonus
couldn't
fourth.
even begin.
Then
Yeah.
they have to get the animators to animate the cutscenes. They have to, really put everything together, and then make sure it's presentable, make sure there's no bugs, make sure it has mod capabilities, make sure that the mod tools are built in, make sure there's an online way in the game to get the mods, and then after all that, then it's ready to be released. But there's a lot of work to get done.
That will probably take a while. Yeah, I'm probably not thinking this year though.
No,
I mean, it might. I might. This clip might get out of context. Like if it actually does come out this year, and it'll be clipped and say like Sournail's stupid. But from what you just said, yeah, it has been. When you did say that was 2 years ago, I kind of freaked out because wow, that is a while ago.
Yeah,
I remember just like it
when
was yesterday.
I started getting all the comments saying like FNF is overrated. Like 6 months after the video would come out, like 4 months, I'd be like, bro, this video's 4 months old. Do you realize how much time changes when you release a video on a viral game?
Wait, but Ian, now it's not overrated.
Yeah, now
you
it's
can
not.
say you're
it's
right.
around. My video's right again because it has style and it has mods.
All my homies hate FNF. All right, well, that's all I really have to say for it. So let's go on to one of the other topics for this video. School. It's fun.
I hate
guess.
school. I hate homework. I hate my parents.
Let's talk about homework. Me and Ian, I don't know. It could because of our school.
Yeah, maybe
like how
maybe we have
our
easy
school works.
schools. I know that where I
Maybe.
live, it's one of the easiest areas of the country for school. The education system.
But basically, I haven't had a bit of homework since at least 7th grade.
Yeah,
So
about that.
I don't know. The concept of homework is just like really like silly to me because I have so many friends that like I just know have a gargantuan amount of free time, and yet they like to come up to me and say like, "Oh man, dude, I'm sorry I can't play with you today. I gotta do like 3 pieces of homework that I forgot to do from history, math, science," and it's like, what? I'm like making 30-minute videos and toppling all of my schoolwork like as well, and I haven't had a bit of homework for years. I don't know how you have homework, but
Yeah, there's something
again, I
so
think
weird about the people that you already know. Like there's some kids in my class, like the TikTok user type, you know, the little brain.
some of the kids in my class
they say
dance in the
like
corner.
I hear them in their own little conversation saying stuff like, you know, I would hang out with you, but you know I got homework. It's just too hard. You know, school's hard, guys. Okay, come on.
And then they talk about like
then I'm
relationships
thinking,
and whatnot.
yeah, you know, it might be easier to get the homework done in class if you weren't in the bathroom vaping for the entire hour.
I know, like I just do the work because it's like 5 questions. What the heck? It's so easy. My school is so easy. It's so easy. You don't have to like. You can like half work everything and you still get like a decent 80.
Yeah,
but no one does
literally,
that. They just do.
Whenever there's an assignment in half my classes, okay, the assignment is given to me. Then I finish it the day it's assigned. Then the next day, oh, what do you know? We're working on the same thing. Then the next day,
yeah.
Oh, what do you know? We're working on the same thing. Then the next day, we end up going over it anyways.
And no one knows how to figure out how to do it.
And then there's still people in the class who manage to get it wrong.
So, to the people watching this video, do you work? God dang.
Yeah, just do your work at school. It's not that hard.
We already do enough work. If anything, we of all people have the excuse to skip homework because you know we gotta make videos and whatnot. But no, we just do the schoolwork and we also make videos too. Yeah, so that's double the work.
When it comes to my own scheduling, I skip school sometimes to work on videos.
You have to compromise to make sure that you make videos.
I always make sure that by the time I come back, I'm ready to catch up on everything that day. It's never that easy. But
I'll talk about half days for a little while for me because it was a lot. So basically, if you read my community post, you know that I have scoliosis and we had to get that fixed. So on August 31st, we got that fixed, and for the entirety of September, I was not in school. I was not. Actually, I think I might have been in it at the last days of September, but basically it was easy. It was actually even easier because I could get the work done. I didn't have to do all the filler where the teacher would talk for 40 minutes about 5 questions. I could just do the 5 questions and I'd be done with all the school assignments by like 1 p.m. as opposed to like 4 p.m. My math teacher, she really tries to get us to work hard, but oh my god, she talks for 40 minutes about 5 questions. That's what I said. It was an exaggeration. She really wants us to make sure what those 5 questions are, and people are still failing her class nonetheless.
Yeah, something I really dislike. In my last semester, I had history class, and basically we would sit down. You know, for our whole assignment, we'd like watch a documentary. We'd get an extra day to do the questions. We'd get an extra full day to talk about the questions and go over them, and maybe even a second day to go over the questions as well. It's like 4 days dedicated to something you
like you're being coddled. You have so many chances to do this done, and no one does it done. No one gets it.
But yeah, one of my least favorite things at school is when you get the work done like 10 minutes into class and then you just stuck there sitting down for the entire class doing
You're
nothing.
not allowed to look at like your phone
It
after
feels
you
like
do
such
your
a
work,
waste
so.
of time. Like, sure, I could go on my phone for
You could be
half an
working
hour.
on videos.
Well, I can't. I don't have my entire computer set up on me, okay?
Oh shoot, I have my iPad. I work on my iPad in school. So sometimes I work on videos like when I have the free time to. So easy advantage for me. But
yeah, there was one time where I brought my laptop to school. I was in like coding class. I finished my assignments for the year early. So I'd bring out my laptop and I'd start editing. I think the only time I've ever done it is when I put together the intro to the Roblox video.
And that felt like amazing to you, I imagine.
Yeah, it was cool. It was nice.
It was a vibe, yeah.
But yeah, it's good to work on projects in a school environment. It felt neat.
It's nice, yeah. No, that's kind of like why like I like working on videos nowadays. Partly because I'm not like uploading them weekly, constantly, every day. Because I'm just not built for that anymore. So I upload like monthly now. But it just feels right. It feels right to work on videos in school because it's literally where you work.
Yeah, it's
like,
a working area.
I enjoy making videos in school 10 times as much as I enjoy it at home. Cause like at home, that's like the area where like, you know, do whatever you want, right? Like you don't have to work. But I end up doing that and it's like, I wish I was in school.
Yeah, here's
So,
what
yeah.
I'm hoping for in the future. The biggest sort of problem with how I do things right now is that the place where I work is right next to my bed where I want to sleep. So whenever I work on something, I get super distracted by all the cool shit I have in my room. I have an entire shelf dedicated to YouTuber merchandise. I have my Turkey Tom plushie, my Donkey action figure, a copy of The Triflers by Mumkey Jones. I got like an Emp Lemon U2s, the physical copies of the Angry Video Game Nerd. I got a copy of God Slap. I have like I have so much cool shit in here. I have a Steam Deck just sitting by me. I have like an entire console shelf. I have a bunch of video games. There's so many cool things I have in here that I sometimes just get distracted and I don't want to work. So if I ever like when I move out and buy a house, the main priority is that I'll have one room as an office and one room as my own room. Because
that's nice. Yeah,
it's so
actually
easy to get distracted.
I imagine, because you can't really get distracted in school. Like, what else can you do?
Yeah, exactly.
Because like the
You
school
either
Wi-Fi
work
makes it so that
or
like
you
half of the
sit
YouTube
down.
on videos are restricted, so like you can't even watch YouTube. So you can really only work. It's either that or just sleep.
Oh yeah. Also,
And
I forgot to point to the elephant in the room when it comes to my room. I have a fucking arcade machine. I have a Mortal Kombat 2 arcade machine.
I didn't know that. What the heck?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Bro, I have
You
a
told me
Minecraft-
everything what's in your room except for
Oh
that.
my god!
Is that
I could
recent?
literally. Oh, I have a mini fridge in here too.
What? I never knew that.
I have a TV. I don't even use it, but I have a TV.
Is your room just your house? Is that your
I
house?
live
That's
in my
just
room,
where you
basically,
live.
yeah. All I need is
All
a
right.
toilet.
It's like your hotel room. No. I was never raised like that. I do not have a computer in my room. I have a computer where I'm talking right now is not my room. It is it's like I call it the computer room. It's like next to the kitchen. Thankfully, only my sister and brother are here, so like my parents like are not here, so you can't hear them in the background. But if they were here, you could absolutely hear them, which is why I do these podcasts when no one's here, because my family is rather loud. But yeah, no, I actually never really got that because my parents never trusted me. It's not because of like anything like suspicious or anything. It's just the simple fact that like I would probably be on my computer past my bedtime. I no longer have that, but back then I did. So
Yeah.
but then again, I just steal my iPad and watch YouTube back in like when I was like
feel
10.
like you couldn't imagine how hard it is to work on a video for an all-nighter. You know, you're already tired. You already want to go to bed. Your Nintendo Switch, your phone, your iPad, it's all in arm's reach. And then there's just my bed behind me where I could sleep and I could not feel tired anymore. It's so hard to not turn like for the last like 5 videos, besides the TF2 video, which was a little delayed, I would pull an all-nighter before the video. I would literally I'd wake up at like 8 a.m.
And then you just see
on
your bed.
Friday, and I'd go to bed at like 12 p.m. on Saturday after the video comes out. And then I'd wake up Sunday morning. No more Saturdays.
Dude, yeah,
for like 3 weeks.
No, but like I actually, it's kind of alien to me because like, you know, I'm not gonna lie, if my computer was just in arm's reach of my bed, then yeah, I would probably skip a few hours of sleep. But yeah, no, I'm in my own little space right now. So I could call my office if I wanted to, but I don't work. I don't work on the computer. I work on my iPad. That's how I edit. If I do use the computer for videos, it's usually because I'm reviewing PC games. So I have to get like a few footage, which is actually happening right now. Stay tuned for like April, because I'm gonna make a very long video involving computer games.
Yeah.
So spoiler alert. Oh yeah, Ian's in it actually, featuring Tara YT
For four
That's so cool.
seconds.
For 4
It's
seconds.
just like
Yeah,
the
it's gonna be like a
Slendy
third.
Tummies video.
It's gonna be. Oh god,
And the
I
Gotcha
could have
Life
been.
video. I was in there
Dude,
for
I don't know
30
why.
seconds.
I don't know why. I think it's just straight up because I forgot. It's not because I was lazy.
There should have
Basically,
been a
for anyone's
post-credit
confused,
scene where
for anyone's
you
confused, for
shit.
anyone's confused. Basically, during the production of the Slendy Tubbies video, 2 years ago now, almost 2 years ago, Ian was in it. And he was gonna be in it for a good 1 minute. It was supposed to be this montage of us just being really chaotic in Slendy Tubbies 3, like shooting a bajillion monsters in the sandbox game mode, and like just having like a lot of chaos in it. What ended up happening is that I included 2 clips, and then I just forgot to include the rest.
Look, okay,
And-
you don't understand. He needed more time to dedicate to the Slendy Tubbies 3 campaign.
A lot more time. Oh my god. I think the only problem with this Slendy Tubbies video, of all things, like, I don't like my voice. I don't like the script a little bit. I think I'd rewrite some stuff, but basically the number one thing is that it's just the imbalance. It's just the total
Yeah, it's a
imbalance
very
from all the
lopsided
other
video for
games
sure.
compared to the Slendy Tubbies 3 campaign.
Yeah,
I
had something sort
really-
of similar with Evil Superman, where it's like the Homelander section is this 30-minute thing, where the other ones are all 20. Although, and then the end of the video.
Oh god, that is
I
not
combined,
compare.
like 3 characters into 20-minute, 20-minute section.
Slendy Tubbies 1, the thing that I talked about was 6 minutes. Slendy Tubbies 2 was 10, and
Alright.
Slendy Tubbies 3 was like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
It's just an imbalance, and I mean it makes sense because there was no other way around
Yeah,
it.
and
Like, what was I
25
gonna do?
minutes
Talk
is,
about
like,
Slendy
over
Tubbies
half
1?
the video, right?
Was I gonna talk about Slendy Tubbies 1, like the 10-minute game for 25 minutes? What else was I gonna talk about?
Yeah. I mean, it's reasonable. I feel like the issue.
There was
isn't
no.
just-
I don't think there was any way around it, and I
Yeah.
didn't want to. I didn't want to skip parts of the Slendy Tubbies 3 campaign because I loved this game so much and I wanted to review it
Yeah.
properly, quote unquote. But yeah, I was supposed to. You were supposed to be in it for way longer than you should have. MB.
At least I was there.
Oh my god, what were we talking about before? Was it school? I think editing in school. Yeah,
Yes,
I
yeah.
actually have been confronted many times by a couple students, like as I was making a video. And they're quite dumb, so they just pick on the easiest thing, like, oh my god, iPad kid. And what they don't realize is that like I'm making video for my super cool famous channel.
I'm
And
making
remember,
$10
I'm
million.
not. No one knows. No one knows that I'm a YouTuber. Only my close friends in high school know that. Only a few of my friends,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
trust them that they won't spread the word. So, no, and it's just the simple fact that like I don't want to walk into a room and everyone thinks to themselves, "Oh look, it's that YouTuber."
Yeah.
I just want them to think, "Oh look, it's Sam."
Yeah.
that's all I want.
true.
Actually, Ian, does anyone know, like, is it the same thing with me? Like, your close friends know that you have a channel?
Personally, I think over the years I've cared less and less. So like there was a moment in like history class where the teacher randomly mentioned taxes, and I'm like, oh bro, I can relate. My tax bracket's annoying, bro, because I pay taxes and it's horrible and it sucks.
I pay taxes too. It was so much
Work.
So much.
Here's the weird thing: like the government wants you to spend money because you make money. But if you give them the wrong amount of money, which they know,
You go to jail.
But they don't tell you how much you owe. You have to find that out yourself.
How did you find out?
Oh, I had to get my parents to go through all the money I made and how much I spent on video. And
Are you kidding me?
yeah,
So they won't tell you, huh?
the government doesn't tell you.
Thankfully,
how
my
much you
parents just did it for me. So
Yeah.
I don't know how hard it is. I'll eventually have to
It's
learn
so
the fun
tedious,
the fun
man.
trip of paying taxes. But for now, my parents can just do it for me because I am a baby boy.
made. Yeah, here's the funny thing. I was 15. I think I was 15 the first time I had to pay taxes. It's funny. Like the
Oh my God.
I
Same here,
I'm
yeah, I
not
was 15.
legally allowed to get married. I'm not legally allowed to drive. I'm not legally allowed.
You're not.
to
You can't.
do
I
anything.
can't drive.
I have to.
I can't drive, and here I
have
am,
to go to school,
paying
but the
taxes.
government is perfectly okay with taxing me. 15-year-old.
Oh my God, it's so funny, and it's so funny because like, I do have like a few thoughts of like working at like a fast food just for the hell of it, not for the money at all.
Yeah. I feel
just
like it's
because
important for the
why not?
experience. Yeah,
Three,
I feel
two-
like a lot of people take they take customers, like really kooky customers, for granted. Because like when you hear about it, it sounds a lot more fun. I imagine in reality it's not that cool, but like it's fun to
I
hear
know.
about, right?
Like I'm excited for some reason. Like, oh my God.
When I hear
Dude,
about
I want to
weird
work at
customer
McDonald's.
stories in retail, I'm just like, oh my God, it's so fun to listen to. I imagine experiencing them is a whole lot worse. But like hearing the story,
It must be
sounds like a lot
worse.
of
Oh my
fun.
God. Yeah, no. So I'll work at McDonald's just like not even for money, just because I want to.
Yeah, I think
It'll be
the
entirely my
cashier-
choice. I don't
I'd
have
rather,
to
I'd
because
rather
like
work
you know
the cashier
YouTube money
job
is pretty
just
good.
to see like what's going on with these people. Okay.
Just to see what is it like.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm good with food, so I'll have to be the cashier.
Yeah.
But it's so funny because like YouTube is not like an easy job. It's simply different. It has its entirely own problems like taxes. So
Well, I'm pretty sure
I feel like
every-
my story.
Sam, every job has taxes if you make enough money.
Obviously. Well, if you make enough money,
Yeah.
I don't think. Do they make enough money?
Well, I mean, you could be like the
Minimum wage?
senior manager if you work there for 28 years and you'll get like 4 extra cents. So I think so.
Well, I think my friends have been working there for 3 months,
Yeah.
so I
Not
think
to the same
they're
extent,
fine.
but still, once you make enough money, you gotta pay taxes no matter what. But there are
Obviously,
some
yeah.
actual YouTube exclusive problems are like, how do you stay creative in the hard times? How do you keep
Being your own boss
how do you
is
be
a little
consistent?
hard. It's a
how
little
do you
hard
go about
when
getting the work done? Like I've heard Doug has like this 3-hour thing where he works for 3 hours, then he relaxes for 3 hours, then he works for 3 hours. That's neat. Personally, I have my own process where every day of the week I get one section of like I get one element of the video creation process done. So it's like script writing
same
for 2
here.
days.
So
reading
here's
for
my
one day,
thing. Here's my
yeah. It's here.
spooky. And all that in a week, which is incredible because I used to do that and I can't imagine going back to it. I think you're just built for weekly uploads, not me. I can
I've
only
been
do it for a
doing
little
it for,
while,
like,
but now I'm just
4
gonna upload
years
monthly
now.
and whatnot.
I mean,
4 years,
yeah,
and even then,
most of
the
those,
first year was like
most
5
of those
second
are
videos.
unlisted. The vast majority are unlisted.
Of course,
it doesn't.
but
look,
nonetheless, you were on the grind to get those 10
it
views.
was like
all right,
Yeah, I started in like
there was strategy in there.
I started it before I moved, so it was sometime in 2019 when I started.
Like what you said with your room, it's super hard to work, and
Yeah, you
then
have to-
knowing
you
that
have to
I
enforce it.
don't have to. Remember, this is optional.
Yeah, I
Being
think
your
it's
own
funny. I
boss
think
is
it's
like
funny
optional.
when I talk to relatives about this sort of thing, where it's like, maybe my uncle's, here, and he's like, I was on vacation in the summertime, by the way. It didn't look like it because I uploaded weekly there. But when I was working on the generic mobile shooters video, all of that was edited while I was on the in the airport before I was going on the plane, or at my my aunt's house editing. So while I was working on that, my uncle asked hey, why are you working on this on vacation? And I said, because I gotta get this video out by the end of the week. And then and then I think he said something along the lines of like, wow, your boss is a bitch. Knowing full well that you get to do your own amount of work, and I think it's just a funny thing.
Dude.
A couple other people have said that since, but it's really funny to imagine. Like, yeah, if this was a traditional job, I'd be a dick boss. Okay, I'd be an asshole.
It'd be horrible.
Idiot,
all right, guys, come on. We gotta make a video. We gotta make a video now.
And you gotta pull all-nighters working in this job.
I don't care if it's July. We have to get this out by
I
Sunday.
don't care if you're in the middle of vacation. You gotta edit.
Come on, Sunday. We gotta get that views,
There's this
bro.
thing I've been doing. I mostly did it a few months ago, but whenever I would start to get bored working on a video, what I'd do is I'd call my friend who he has like nothing better to do ever. So I call him and he's always just there, and I start working on it, and it's a little easier because then I have someone to talk to. I don't fall asleep at 3 a.m. I don't, I don't have to worry about any of that. And then when I have a question like, what should I add here? We sort of brainstorm ideas on the spot, and it's very helpful.
It's fun.
It's so helpful having someone else.
One of my friends, Ian, you know this guy. He is starting to get into the YouTube game. He has about like 10 subs, I think, right now, 20, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, we got into a call together, and we both started working on our videos. And while we did just get distracted a little bit, it was just a vibe. It's an honest vibe to like work together, editing on completely different projects.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
telling what you're gonna do, and what you're gonna make, and whatnot.
Well, here's the thing, because when you actually have someone else in there, you could explain your ideas, and if your idea is fucking stupid, you realize that as you're telling it to the other person.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't add that. Maybe that's a bad addition.
Maybe it's poopy.
maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't add this joke because it's not funny. You get to bounce ideas off of people.
I'm very surprised that my friends are quite cool as they are, knowing that I'm a YouTuber. Like, I was expecting, like, for the worst, like, dude, you should make this video. Dude, you should make that video.
That's happened a little bit with me.
Can you shout me out? But no, it's like, what's up, Sour Now? What's up?
Yeah, I've had that happen every once in a while. Every once in a while, I have a friend, walk up to me and be like, "Hey, I got a fun idea for a video." Sometimes it works. Like with my man Logan, he gave me the FNAF fan games idea. He was in the end of the video, and then I have another friend. Of course. He gave me a really interesting idea for a video where it was like, I'm just gonna say it here because I don't know when this is gonna happen, but basically. There's this Angry Birds game that's exclusive to certain airliners called Angry Birds World Tour, and you could only play it while flying in a plane. And there's no way to download the game. You can only play it in the airplane. And he's like, you should make a video, like a travel vlog or something, playing it. And I'm like, wow, that kind of fits with the 2-3-year brain. It's mobile game stuff. It's just a different format.
Dang, all right.
It was a really neat idea, and I have it on the video idea list. So. The main idea he came up with
if I ever get on an airplane
was he wanted to, he was thinking of something like a Nick Robinson sort of joke where it's like, unfortunately I couldn't find the APK of this game online, so I took a trip to Japan. You know that guy? He's the guy who takes a trip to Japan. The joke was like, I took a trip to Japan, but not for Japan, but for the plane ride, so I could play Angry Birds.
Of course, you went to Japan.
I have to play
just so you could play the Angry Birds.
From what he's told me about it, there's like there's 5 worlds based off of each of the continents. There's America world, there's South America world, there's Asia world, there's Europe world, and I don't know for sure, but there might have been one about Oceania. There might have been one about.
How does he know this?
Because he played it. He was he recently went to a trip to
airport.
Europe. So he played it on the plane, and he's like, "Dude, you have to play this for video." And I was like, "Okay, I'll put it on the list."
Of course,
it'll be expensive, but it would be fun.
It'll be a very expensive video, but hopefully it works out.
Yeah, hopefully people are interested
but for my friends, they never really added suggestions. In fact, I've actually ever only made a video because of a suggestion once. It was a YouTube comment. I have no idea where this was. I have no idea if it was a community post or whatnot. But the only video that I've ever made because of a suggestion was cheap Siren Head games. Someone in the comments told me, "Hey man, you should make some Siren Head games." And I was like, "Wait a minute, that's like an amazing idea." Thank you so much, commenter, that I don't know the name of.
I've gotten quite a number of them. Off the top of my head, the biggest one I can name is based off of a Sam's comment section. I got that's where I got the idea for games on Scratch. I was like, "Oh, Sam, this guy wants you to play this guy wants you to play games on Scratch." And then Sam was like, "Nah." So I was like, "Okay, Minecraft on Scratch, baby." Making
one series that I will do in game reviews later, if I run out of all the ideas for the mobile gaming market, I will then make browser games, right? Yeah. So, those like internet like websites where like they have like a host and a collection of games that are like they're all made on Unity and whatnot, and like they all have like 2 players playing on them despite them being multiplayer. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll review some cool but not really browser games. So yeah, but for now I think I have actually wait a minute, I'm lying. I have no mobile game ideas. The thing that I'm working on right now is going to be the thing that'll be on PC. But then I don't know what's gonna happen afterwards. I'll probably make another documentary, but if I make another mobile games video, it will probably have to be a sequel because oh god, I have no ideas. I think I reviewed every like branch of the gaming genre. I reviewed Granny ripoffs. I reviewed Siren Head ripoffs. I reviewed Christmas ripoffs. Not Christmas. Well, not ripoffs, just bad horror games, but they're Christmas related. Yeah. Wow. I guess I'll have to go to the browser games to fuel my videos. But yeah, as for like I said, my friends don't really bother me about being a YouTuber too much, so I can talk with them, and they never mention that I'm Sour Nail, right? So that's good. That's good.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. Pretty nice.
Honestly, going back to before being a popular YouTuber, I blew up around actually exactly a year ago. It was March of 2022 when I blew up.
Yeah,
but before that,
I think I'm on my 2-year anniversary of blowing up. It was March 2021.
Yeah,
that's when I made
Congratulations.
the Ryan. That's when I made the PVZ Ripoffs 3, and then the Ryan.
You are
video.
a bad YouTuber. I hate you.
Yeah, it's
stupid.
It's pretty crazy to see though that during my time on YouTube, every once in a while I see like channels as they're blowing up as well. It's crazy.
Oh yes.
To see newcomers once you've already sort of made it.
But then like I reviewed the channels like a little bit later, and like the not the downfall, just like it's like the explode. Yeah, it's stagnation. Yes, the staticness has appeared. And now they're in the rest of the boat with us.
Yeah, I think it's...
Because back in May, I was explosive. Like, I think I got, like, 40,000 subs that month. Cool bragging rights. Yeah. But, yeah. But it's now static for me, so... But, honestly, I'm fine with that. I'm not really into the explosive life. But, I'm gonna go back to middle school here, because I think, like you, I was making videos, like, pretty much, like, for most of my life. And to be honest... A lot of people like hype this thing about middle school where like it's gonna be the worst year of your life. It's gonna be so bad, dude. You're gonna experience puberty. You're gonna be a man, but it's gonna suck. And then what happens is that 8th grade and 7th grade actually happen, and then I went, oh wait, it's actually not that bad.
Yeah, honestly, I've never really had a problem with like voice cracks or anything. I've never had voice cracks consistently. It was never like a puberty problem.
Probably I'm a late bloomer, but anyways, like I remember being in 5th and 6th grade. It's gonna be like I read all these animation story time videos, just videos in general talking about middle school. It's like they all agree on this thing where like, oh, it's this weird phase.
Yeah.
But then when I was in
that
there's
era, 6th graders.
But when it was in that era, honestly, it was pretty fine. It was kind of great even. 7th grade, it was boring, but it was bad by no means. It was just simply boring, like the last 2 years of my school life.
Here's something that
but
sort
8th
of
grade
follows me.
8th grade was fun.
I'm not sure if this is relatable to everyone, but there's this thing. Actually, I guarantee it is. It's relatable to 90% of people. When you're like a little child in elementary, you see the 6th graders when you're in 5th grade, you're like, wow, when I'll be in middle school, I'll be as cool as them. Then you become that age and you're like, wow, these guys were losers.
Exactly. I really did enjoy 8th grade, but like back then I was like, oh my god, 8th grade is like a big number.
I didn't enjoy 8th grade much. That was the first year I've moved to a new school for the first time ever.
Oh, I imagine so.
It was very hard.
I've been in like the same school.
Couple months.
Honestly, I've been in the same school system like pretty much my whole life, so I know people from kindergarten. I know like 2 guys, but still, nonetheless, I have friend connections that date all the way back to when school even started for us. But yeah, I can't really imagine moving because I don't move. But basically, 8th grade was fine. In fact, I actually kind of liked it because it was when I was making the Teletubbies video. So every time I was in class and we had free time, me and the 8th grade boys would look at like my progress I'd make on the Teletubbies video. And it's like, oh my god, dude, like this is going to be huge. And I'm like, yeah, this is. Remember, this was like before I was super mega popular, so I was absolutely okay with talking about YouTube things because I was like 800 subs back then.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, 8th grade was a blast. I liked it.
When I was in 8th grade, I had 150 subscribers at the end of that year.
Dude,
I was making videos weekly. I remember when I was in like math class one time, I was listening to the teacher talk, and I was like, I started thinking of that one like Miley Cyrus song, "Party in the USA." Then I was like, you know, it would be funny if she said "Party in the USSR." So I made that a video that week. That was my process. I just kind of had a really shitty idea.
While you're supposed to learn about geometry.
Yeah, I don't need to learn about trigonometry. Who cares about triangles? I'm on the YouTube grind. I'm making "Party in the USSR" video gets copyright claimed. I'm a gamer.
But yeah, no, it's probably not going to relate to anyone like watching this video, because they're probably like, oh well, my middle school life sucked. But to be honest, mine was either at worst boring and at best pretty good.
Yeah, I can agree with
that. But yeah, no, I remember the day the Slay Series video went out, which was May 2nd of 2021. That was when I was in 8th grade, and I kept telling everyone, like my friends, like, guys, it's out, the 40-minute video is out, and it's like, and they all watched it. It was pretty good. Yeah, I liked it.
Good job.
8th grade, I think, is like, I think one of the reasons it was also super fun is because of that like mindset where you're at the top of your game, right? You're not a 7th grader, right? Because at the bottom of your level. Because once you go to high school, you'll be a 9th grader and you're at the bottom. I don't believe in that stuff. I don't care who. I don't know why you treat your grades as like a rank.
It's a hierarchy.
But yeah, it's a hierarchy. It's like a social hierarchy. Like, oh my god, dude, you're at 10.
Yeah, we already know.
I'm at 12.
The only thing that goes against the hierarchy is the kids in the bathroom who vape and they don't let you pee.
Exactly. Yeah. I remember like when I was a 7th grader, people call me Sevies. I don't know if they still do that or if that was just some.
Well, I know that in South Park, the 6th graders call the 4th graders the Fourthies.
The Fourthies.
So maybe it's
that's so
like
cool. That's so gangster. Wow. But yeah, so when I was in 4th grade in elementary school, which is like the top of the game, it felt pretty nice, I guess. Not for me personally. It just like it had that aura because everyone else had that aura, so you kind of had to feel cool. but yeah, I think that's another reason why 8th grade was pretty decent overall, because there was no threat. The only people that you hated was other 8th graders, not like people that were like 4 years older than you. But
I think sort of schooling system was weird because I think elementary is like 6 to 8, right?
Oh, dude, yeah, no.
I mean middle school. Middle school.
Explain yours.
Okay.
Explain yours.
Okay, so elementary usually it's like 1st to 5th grade, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, 5th grade was in the same. So I lived in a very small town until like mid to late 2019. So I was in a class. It was me and my friend. We were both in 5th grade. Then in the same class, we had the 6th graders, the 7th graders, and the 8th graders all in the same class.
Oh my god! How do you coexist?
There were 14 kids in that class, by the way. It was still smaller than the average class I have in 11th
Was there
grade.
bullying? Was there ageism going on there?
Surprisingly. Everyone was,
wow.
Well,
okay.
To be fair, it was a small town. Everyone knows everyone. So if there was a
okay.
bully, the parents would probably get into a brawl. Okay, I don't know because I've never experienced bullying in that school system, but I'd imagine it would be something like that.
My school is huge. That is just it's pretty much inescapable to be bullied.
I will also say
that
kind of
have to move on.
Grades 5th, 6th, and 7th were probably the hardest school years of my life. I lived in a
same. Oh my god, same. Wait a minute.
Christian school. So
not for different reasons for me.
Yeah. So basically, the work was very, very difficult. There was a lot of work, and you'd have assigned homework, which is the worst thing ever. Okay. Imagine the normal homework people complain about, except you're not like you don't get it done in class. You're not supposed to get it done in class.
You're not. Yeah, exactly. I got in trouble. Oh my god, in 5th grade, I got in trouble. I was put into like not the corner of the classroom, but like out in some like
detention.
I think oh my god, it was outside the hallway. Outside the hallway. I was put outside because I did my homework in class, and I was like, oh no, is he doing his homework? We gotta get him.
There are there's other like. The teacher specifically, was very strict.
What on earth?
Sam,
please,
rule? Let me explain about my 5th, 6th.
You're getting in trouble for doing work? I'm sorry.
Okay.
Who made this rule?
Okay, so let me explain why these were the hardest years of my life. So it was that, not to mention, the teacher was very, very strict. She was like, I'd imagine mid 40s, early 50s, very angry at the world. Maybe. Basically, every single day we first of all, nowadays when it comes to math and stuff, we get a unit done in like 20 days. Back in like 5th grade, we'd get a unit done once a week. So
Oh my
we
God.
were plowing through. We got like the entire fucking textbook done in per year.
Dude, no. I'm just gonna say a quote that I think resonates with so many people. My 6th grade self is probably smarter than me right now.
Probably.
Just saying.
Yo, here's the thing.
Like,
So
I think that resonates with so many people.
That's
I
not
knew
the only
so
thing, though.
much
That's not the only thing.
stuff
The
in
teacher
6th
would-
grade. Okay.
So the teacher would borderline emotionally abuse the students too. Like, if she sees
God.
you doing something she doesn't like, she will publicly call that shit out in front of the entire fucking class and humiliate you. That was her strategy. It was like, you know the movie Whiplash?
Yes.
It was sort of like, I think it's a little cliche to compare bad teachers to Fletcher, but it was a little similar to that. It was like the public humiliation sort of thing that Fletcher does in Whiplash. Where it's
Right.
like, he calls that shit out in front of the entire class. You know, why are you looking down? There's no Snickers bar down there. You know, stuff like, it's sort of like that, except with everything else. So when you make a simple mistake, the teacher calls it out and humiliates you. But that's not it. That's not all. The teacher would also, assign these massive projects when you're supposed to be on like a break. So like I remember on Christmas break, she assigned this week-long science assignment as homework for the entire break. You'd have to like look at the stars and check every single thing, and you'd have to document all of that and answer questions for the entire break. The entire thing. It was Christmas break. It was my birthday.
If you didn't do it,
you'd get in trouble. So I did it. And it was annoying, and it wasn't fun.
oh my God, dude! In 5th grade and 6th grade, dude, standards were higher.
Yeah, and then one more
oh
thing.
My God.
One more thing. Not to mention, the entire time I was in there, I would be continually hyped up. I would be they'd intentionally try to like scare you by saying how much more difficult high school would be. They were like, high school.
No, they did this.
Worse.
Oh my God!
And then
they did this.
When I eventually got into high school, 9th grade, it wasn't that hard. But then again, I also...
Dude, I was going to say that. I was going to point this out sometime in the podcast.
Luckily I moved schools for 8th grade.
Okay. Oh, so you actually don't know if high school was going to be harder?
Yeah, I moved to the modern location in 8th grade. And then in there, 8th grade was so much easier. I realized how fucking easy public school was compared to Catholic.
Oh my God. Okay, so in 5th and 6th grade, remember, I did not move schools. This is the same linear path that I have been in for since kindergarten. So 5th and 6th grade, they hype you up. 7th and 8th grade is gonna be like it's gonna be super hard, dude. You're gonna learn like mathematics that you'd never even heard of. Like there's no numbers involved and whatnot. That's a lie, but whatever. So 7th grade it gets in. It rolls around. Nothing happens. Oh, wait. It's actually pretty easy. 8th grade rolls around. It's actually pretty easy. In fact, it's actually pretty fun. And then they hype you up for high school. They're going to be like, high school is super hard. It's going to be the hardest thing. It's super important. I remember
when my mom asked at a parent-teacher interview to the 5th grade teacher why I was getting so much homework. And she said, oh, it's to prepare you for high school. You know, high school is actually 10 times worse. Fun fact, I have not had homework since I got out of that class. So 9th grade rolls around. The start of high school. How scary is that? Not really. Not at all. It was easy. I think 8th grade
went
was
by,
way...
And I even blew up.
Than 9th.
Yeah, no, 8th grade was.
Well, for me, I had to go to a new school. I had to meet people. I had to make a first impression. I had to be the new kid, and that shit sucked.
Well, for me, 8th grade was just simply harder. But 9th grade was easier for some reason. So 9th grade rolls around, and in fact, it's actually a good year because that's the year when I blew up, and all my friends knew, all the close friends knew that I was a super cool YouTuber. And then 10th grade rolls around. I had surgery, so I missed a month of work. You think that'd be super hard? No, it's not. Now it's already almost over. It's March. It's gonna be soon April, and then 10th grade will fly by, super easy. So. To any middle schoolers out here who are watching this video, I don't know about your school life, but I really do think it's not going to be harder. I really don't think so.
Yeah.
As long as you do.
If you're afraid about entering
schoolwork,
something, whether it's like a job interview or school, it's not going to be as bad as you expect. It's the same thing as performing oral exams at school or oral speeches. where
yeah,
you have to stand in front of the class, you got to read it. But what you don't realize is that your fear is not it's not rational. For example, I remember this. There was this very, very simple day-long or 2-day long sort of project in ninth grade English class where you had to read out like a small, you had to sort of, I don't even think it was scripted. You didn't even have to write it, but you just had to talk about a topic for 2 minutes in front of the class. So everyone did it. I don't remember what any of them were, but I do remember the one girl who cried over it about talking in front of the class. I remember that. Same. I remember their topic because I remember them crying about it. It was cows.
Wait. Same. In English, at the final day of school, not the final day, just the final month. It was May. We had to do like an English project, right? So we had to write a story, and then we had to read the story to everyone. And the same thing happened. I wrote my story. I thought it was gonna be super bad. It wasn't. Everyone else did. I don't know what their story. I remember one story, but I'll get back into that later. Mm-hmm. But I don't remember anyone else's story except for this one girl that cried. The same thing happened. What?
When you make a big deal in front of the class, they will remember it more. If you want to be under the radar, be as like
if you
unspecial as
if you want to be under the radar, then just do it. Do not cry over it. As hard as it might be.
Easier. Why would you want to be like if you're in a situation where you don't want to be called out? The last thing you would want to do is make a big deal out of anything. Just do it.
I'll tell you this one story though. So I remember none of their other stories except for the girl that cried, except for this one. Oh my god, he literally just stole a plot from a regular show. He was like, his lines were like, so there's this character called Rigby, and he goes out to lunch, and he meets this guy called Mordecai. Nice. And it's like, I don't think the teacher knew what regular show was, but I sure knew what it was. So bro was just straight up making a plot about regular show. Well, and keep in mind the project.
Wait, did he steal it from an episode or did he make his own?
I don't know. I haven't really watched regular show much. I don't really know much of the plot, but I do know the characters. And I just knew. I don't think the teacher knew because the project was about making your own original story. And bro just straight up made regular show characters.
Please
into
tell
me
that MF made like a fan fiction.
Oh my god, it had to be. It wasn't like a weird kid. It was just some guy, right? So it wasn't like a guy that like you know instantly right off the bat would make a fan fiction about regular show. But that was so funny because everyone knew. Everyone was just smiling except for the teacher because she had I guess she had no idea what regular show was. And then of course, we fast forward and then there's a girl crying, and now everyone remembers it. And yeah, don't do that. That's no good. So yeah, no. Back to the fear of high school. The only fear I really have is just the bathroom kids jumping me. That's it.
Bro, it's literally the worst.
The scary seniors, the scary like 17-year-olds.
Here's the thing. We've literally made it to a point in my school system where there's like a hierarchy to the bathroom stall kids. It's like a gang now. You have the people who are in 12th grade. They've been here from the beginning. They're like the ringmasters of the bathroom gang. Then we got, the 11th, the 10th, and the 9th. What happens is that when the 12th graders graduate, the 11th graders become the 12th graders, and they become the new kings of the bathroom stalls where they vape.
It's a tradition. It's a generational thing.
It's literally and here's the thing, because now at this point it's been happening for years. The original bathroom smokers, they're not there for a long time. The only reason it continued is because the 9th graders would continue it with the new 9th graders because they see the older kids doing it. So that now the bathroom gang has become an entire subculture at school, and it's the worst.
I get so uncomfortable when I have to pee, but there's just people smoking right behind me.
Here's a fun fact, okay? Throughout the entirety of 11th grade so far, I have not used the public bathroom at school once. I hold it until lunch. Then I walk down to the mall.
Do you see people smoking?
Well, no, because I've never entered the bathrooms once this entire year.
Wait, what about lunch? You said lunch.
Yeah, at lunch. I don't go in the bathroom at school. I have not used the school bathrooms.
Do you go outside? Like, do you have to walk outside?
Yeah, I go to the mall where they have a better public bathroom where there aren't kids smoking, and it's just better. Just hold it, man. It's not that.
My school will not allow you to go outside. Here's how outside you can go in lunch. There's like our cafeteria is huge because it supports like 5,000 students. Not 5,000, like 2,000. It's a huge school. And just a little bit, just like on the side of the wall is like a door that leads to just a little itty bitty courtyard that can hold like 30 people and tables. And beyond that is a gated wall. You cannot walk outside the school boundaries because, well, it's rather obvious. I think our school, you know for a fact that like one of the students will absolutely just run away home.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think they're pretty stupid for doing that, but yeah. That's unfortunate for me though, because all the behave kids have to deal with the consequences of not going outside while eating. I imagine it's fun for you, right? What do you do?
No. It's like it's such a good thing because like the school's very hands off about it. They let you do whatever you want. They like you could stay at school, you could walk around the hallways, you could go to the cafeteria, you could go to the library, or you could go outside and walk to wherever's nearby or drive even. So there are people who go to like the McDonald's drive-thru at lunch. There are people who, you know, like me and my friends, we walk to the mall, we go to like Dollarama, we get some cheap shit. We go to like A&W sometimes if it's, you know, if we're feeling it. We walk outside and it's so good. It's like a little adventure every day.
Yeah, that's must be so nice. Yeah, I never get to. Oh, I mean, well, I get to go outside. Thankfully, I'm in the courtyard. It's actually pretty fun. It's just really tiny and overcrowded because everyone wants to be outside, but you're not allowed to because criminals. Smoking sicky kids. But yeah, other than that, no, the school is fine. The school on its own is fine. It's just the people that occupy it. Oh my goodness,
when people say that they think my school's the worst, I often wonder how, like, whether their school is actually the worst or if they are just dumb and bad. Because like from every experience I've had at school, it was fine. It wasn't that bad. You know, when I think of my school's the worst, like the best thing to compare to is my 8th grade. I went to this school for the first time, probably the worst school I've been to, and even then, it wasn't that horrible for me personally. I enjoyed most of the... Oh, I didn't enjoy them. I tolerated all the classes. And then the funniest thing, like the thing that makes this school so bad, but also probably the funniest school I've been to, is that this was 8th grade. It was my first year there, so I didn't know how crazy some of the people in this town are. There's an entire story where one of my friends, I was there, a couple of all my other friends were there, we were walking, he points to these guys who are on like the side of a hill on the walk back to the school at lunch, and he points and goes, Pillar Man! Because they're on a hill, which is a reference to the JoJo villains from the second part, yeah. So then they get angry, they assume that he's calling them some sort of like anti-redneck, anti-white slur or something. So they get angry, they go down from the top of the hill and start running after him. Well, they don't then start running. They start like slowly walking towards him. Then me and my friends start to pick up the pace. We start to walk a little faster. Because the Pillar Men are after him. But yeah, since then we've referred to those people on top of the hill as the Pillar Men because we think it's funny. Anyways, I think that's about it for this podcast. You know, I think we've done
and there we go. All right, we had a wrap.
It's been like
I wanted to talk a little bit.
It's been like an hour and a half. We gotta go, bro. Go on.
All right, I'm gonna go working my 30-minute video. Bye.